Call this regular city council meeting of the city of International Falls to order. It's 5:30. April 17th, 2023. If you could all join me in pledging allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have a couple of, please note that all members of the council are present. We have one addition to our meeting agenda tonight, and that is going to be under the consent agenda, accepting a letter of resignation on the Housing and Redevelopment Authority Board from Joe Kraus. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the agenda with that addition. We have a motion by Councilor Buller. We have a second? Second by Councilor Wagner. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the approval of the minutes. We have some minutes from the regular city council meeting of April 3rd. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Councilor Taylor.
Second.
We have a second by Councilor Wagner. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. We go to the minutes of Monday, April 10th, 2023. That was a special city council meeting. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Councilor Buller.
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilor Taylor. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Then we go to our committee of the whole meeting from April 10th. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion from Councilor Wagner. Any a second? Second by Councilor Holden. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the resolution for the approval of payments and claims. We have a transfer to the Permanent Improvement Fund 401 in the amount of $66,666.66. That's coming evenly out of the 601 or coming from the 601 water and the 603 sewer in the amount of $33,333.33. Going to the 403 reserve for capital outlay is going to be $20,567.25. That's coming from the 601 water in $14,693 even. And out of the 603 sewer fund, $5,874.25 for a total transfers of $87,233.91. International Falls regular claims, $547,773.17. Airport Commission claims of $5,112.14, and International Falls Library Board claims of $7,241.98. For a total accounts payable of $560,127.29. Chair would entertain a motion to adopt the resolution for the payments and claims.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Councilor Taylor. Second by Councilor Buller. Discussion?
I just have one item.
Please.
Under the building rental, I see we're paying rent for Bacchus.
Correct.
For me and for the law enforcement center. Is that for the second quarter or the first quarter? Do we know? Is it for the second quarter, Mike? Okay, I was just wondering, and otherwise, I'm sure if we're still there, we got these Thomas. Yeah, but. Okay, I just see it's on there. Yeah, all right, yep, that's all I was wondering. Hopefully it's just for the first quarter. Yeah.
All right. Good question, and we will find that out. All right, we have a motion and a second. Call the question.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Go to audience. Is there anyone in the audience that has anything to bring forward? Hearing none, there will also be an opportunity later in the meeting. We'll go down to the consent agenda. We have the letter of resignation for the Housing and Redevelopment Board from Joe Kraus. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
We have a motion by Councilor Buller. We have a second.
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilor Taylor. Call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the mayoral proclamation proclaiming May 15th through 19th as 2023 for the week of distribution for Buddy Poppies with the VFW. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that mayoral proclamation.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Councilor Holden. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilor Wagner. Any discussion? Just like to say that the Buddy Poppies is one of the largest fundraisers for both the PFW and its auxiliary. They split the money 50-50, so it's a great way of supporting the veterans, and those guys are supporting all the veterans in the community. So wonderful, and please give if you can. I will call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. And I will vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the mayoral proclamation proclaiming May 2023 as Mental Health Month. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that proclamation.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilor Buller. Do we have a second?
Go ahead.
Second.
Second by Councilor Holden. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, consider a road closure for the Elks 1599 annual corn and broad feed scheduled for Friday, August 18th, 2023. Councilor Taylor.
Yes, we have our annual corn and brat feed, usually the third Friday in August, and any proceeds made goes to our scholarship fund that we distribute to high school students in the area. And we're hoping maybe this year too, after the corn and brat feed, to have a street dance, try and get some younger people made off to stay longer.
Sounds like a winning idea.
The one thing that the time would be the thing, and obviously if we're gonna have a street dance, we'd like it, the time to be probably, closed down from 11 until the next morning. Talked to Ted, he said that because we're gonna have to take down and stuff.
Right.
Talked to Ted, he doesn't see a real.
You pulling all nighter? What's going on here?
Well, no, because there's still gonna have the stuff there, but
Oh,
no, I probably won't even be there for the street dance. That's getting pretty late for me. I usually make it till 8 o'clock and sell my t-shirts or whatever.
I sell my t-shirts and.
Yeah.
So, I just gotta clarify, because I did just write the letter to go to, the state for, but I haven't sent it out yet.
Yep.
So I had 11 to 8, but, I do see now that midnight is kind of what they were looking at.
Yeah.
Would it be able to move the stuff off the street at midnight?
Oh, we'd be able to work it out, I think. If
Okay.
that's all we can have, that's all we can have.
I just think if we tried to go until the next day.
All
that's
right,
gonna-
yeah. But you know what? If we left it there and they catch us, so we'll beg for forgiveness. How about that? So we'll go by.
So we have a
we'll
motion
be
for
gone.
forgiveness.
Yeah, we'll have it out of there by midnight.
Please.
Why do you want to move it out by midnight?
Just because we're closing down a state highway. We do the same thing with the bass tournament. It closes down at 10 o'clock where it reopens for the next morning. I don't know the historical precedence of leaving it down for an entire 12 or 20 hours or whatever.
Ted just figured they would have to keep the barricades up and they'd have to be lighted, would be it.
Well, they'll have to be lighted anyway, no matter what. That's the great product. So
Yeah.
either way, if they have to stay up over.
If people can have enough fun from 8 to midnight, that's all.
Yeah. Somebody's got to pull the signs too. Somebody from the city's got to. I think as long as the signs are up, that's good morning, because I'm going until say, it's o'clock in the morning, like that.
Okay,
Because
Sound good? Thanks. Yeah.
otherwise, it's gonna be, like I said, signs are gonna be already have lights
Yeah.
on because they're gonna go after dust, so it's supposed to be up there to. We're not gonna feel okay.
I have no problem with going from 11 until 6 AM. I can put that in the thing, and I think that the Elks still have to
The
fill
pa-
out
that's
a
a te-
paperwork with
A state
state anyway,
Yeah.
so this is just giving a heads up that it's coming.
comment, yeah,
So I'll go
sounds
from
good. Thank you.
the council, I would entertain a motion to approve the request going from 10 until 6 AM.
So,
We have a motion by Counselor Bullard,
Second.
second by Counselor Holden. Discussion, please.
I think beating your permit that you put in too, is suggest to them that, it'll be probably over by 12:05, but you already have the lights on and stuff,
Right.
and then you don't have, I'm seeing anybody to pull it stuff off or something. Yeah, I think that would help.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Any other question? Then I'll call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Right.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, resolution, approving the consent to collateral assignment of development agreement and TIF note as presented by Taft Law. Do we have, I see we have Isaac on. Please.
Thank you, Mayor Droba. Betty asked I be here. What you've got before you is a collateral assignment for our lender. Essentially, we have a TIF agreement with the city. As part of our lending with the city, Wells Fargo, our lender, would like to have an assignment of the collateral on that. Should for some reason we default on the property on the TIF agreement, they would then be able to assume that. And as your a memo provided by your attorneys lays out, essentially is a form of guarantee on our lending with them.
Excellent. All right, the chair would entertain a motion to adopt that resolution.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Second,
A second.
we have a second by Counselor Bullard. Any discussion? I guess this isn't necessarily pertinent to what's before us, but do you have any timeline on when we're gonna be moving forward on this project?
We want to close middle of July. We have the State Historic Rehabilitation Tax Credit, which is a major component for our project. It looks like the legislature will pass that. The State Historic Preservation Organization says that they're going to put out an application. We'll need to fill it on July 1. And essentially, we've got to hit that date, and then we're going to be closing right after.
Excellent. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions for Isaac? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Isaac. All right, we will go to the hiring of our summer employees for Public Works Department. They were presented in your packet. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those individuals.
So
We have a motion by Counselor Bullard,
I'll second.
second by Counselor Kaler. Discussion? Please.
I'm just glad we see that many again. I mean, in the past, we've had trouble even getting 6 or 7, maybe now we've got 13 or something, that kind of. I think it's great.
What is the age for this? Or there's no minimum age?
Oh, no, you got.
17 or maybe at least have a driver's license. Because there's a good chance that because some of these are gonna only be between their junior and senior year high school.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
But there used to be an age, it would have to be like go to college, if you're out of high school. And it used to be an upper age limit like that, but there's. It's.
Okay. Excellent. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the summer employees. Call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, approve recommendation of the Administrative Support Specialist Hiring Committee to hire Lori Humbert to fill the vacant administrative support specialist position in accordance with the IUOE Local 49 collective bargaining agreement. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that hire.
Oh,
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor, oh man, Wagner. It happens. I'm really
it's
sorry.
his turn now.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa, do you have anything to add on the hiring?
No, we're just very excited to have Lori start. She will start on May 1st.
Okay, sounds good. Any questions? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, Public Works recommendations. I will hand this off to the Chair of Public Works.
Yeah, Ted told us that he wasn't feeling very good tonight, so he passed it on to us, but I understand that. The first item is gonna be a purchase of a hot seat power washer. We got, as you see on the agenda, that it's a 1983 Cleveland Brooks steamers that they're replacing for 1983. That one will then be going on to the surplus auction. This summer. Their function for their new pressure washer would be for steaming in springtime like this, to help it steam out the storm sewers and it's also can be used during the rest of the season for as a washing unit for vehicles. So it'll be used.
Excellent. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that piece of equipment. We have a motion by Counselor Buller,
Second.
second by Counselor Holden. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. And the next item,
Pete, want that one or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
It's for storage sewer management assessment and implementation plan project. It's gonna give us a handle on where the storm sewers are, where they empty out, and it's gonna be used for in the future for we have to have this done if we're gonna get our I think it's the fourth of the city rating.
Mhm.
This has to be done to have that done, and so we have the opportunity to do it now with a grant versus our
out of pocket.
our out of pocket for the federal funding, so that's why we're playing for the grant.
Okay, so the chair would entertain a motion to approve the grant before us.
So moved.
We have a motion by Counselor Buller,
I'll second.
second by Counselor Kaler. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. We'll go to the committee of the whole recommendations. We have a approved and revised Department of Transportation drug and alcohol testing for commercial drivers policy and accompanying forms and proposal for DOT drug and alcohol testing services from international or industrial Health Services Network. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
Almond.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler.
I'll second.
We have a second by Counselor Buller. Discussion?
I just want to say something. I'm just glad that this is coming back in good place, because I think it's been out of. We haven't done it for so many years, and it is a regulation that needs to be done, and has to be done, and we've got a complaint, so this is.
Wonderful. Any other discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And I will vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, just informational for the folks that are watching on KCC TV, listening on the radio, or read about this in the Rainy Lake Gazette. The lifeguards will not be at City Beach this summer. We will be putting up swim at your own risk signs. It is our intention to remove the lifeguard station there. We're gonna put up signs. We have not had lifeguards there for the past 3 years. Last year due to the flood, the previous 2 years due to the pandemic. And it's been a struggle to get lifeguards, so we're gonna just go to swim at your own risk and city attorney, do you have anything to add on that? On the not having lifeguards there and how we need to move forward?
No, Ted has reached out to me. Well, Ted started working on signs before we even had meetings, so he is ready to go.
Wonderful. So that's just informational. We'll move on to any other business. Is there anything that needs to come to the attention of the council, please?
Mayor Bill, I just want to answer Councilor Taylor's question regarding the law enforcement, and that payment was for the first quarter of
Okay.
2020.
That's,
I haven't paid it yet.
all right, thank you.
That was for the law enforcement booths, right?
First quarter of 2020.
So are we done with that one then?
Then we go March.
Yeah.
Well, we would still have April, May, and June. We would still have another 3. Yeah. So the next quarter, we would have some form of payment.
It should be less. though.
Yes.
Because we're paying April at Bacchus. Paying for both for a couple months.
And I saw that you had something, Crystal. So that for those that are listening, I know that our sound doesn't catch very well in the audience area. The question was, by not having lifeguards at City Beach, would it raise our insurance costs? That would be something that we would have to look into. Please.
I don't think it can raise any more now than it was since the last 3 years we haven't had them. I don't think it's gonna change. But we can still look.
It's
into it.
definitely something we should look into. So.
But I mean, we haven't had them for 3 years already, so if that increase took place, it would have been 3 years ago.
Right. Yeah, and this decision wasn't because we didn't want to have lifeguards. It's been a lack of availability. And even 4 years ago, when we did have lifeguards out there, it was so sparse. It was at from 11 till 2, we would have lifeguards there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we wouldn't have anyone. Friday, we might, it was just because we couldn't get lifeguards to fill in on those positions. So it actually left us at more of a risk because we have lifeguards that weren't there rather than saying that we just don't have lifeguards. So, but that's definitely a good question, something we can look at. So again,
not necessarily the city will have, but the churches and people in general.
again, so the question was, has the city addressed or looked at the parking issues that may arise from having the apartment complex at the Alexander Baker building? We did have Lois Lundin came and spoke with us. I don't know if it was at a council meeting or if it was at a committee of the whole meeting. She's been working with Kelly Myers to try to come up with a parking plan for Bacchus during their events for the people that are renting from them. They're trying to come up with a housing or a parking plan for that. However, as for what would happen for people that have been using that, we don't know what they are definitely looking at it, and Kelly Myers is working with her, but they haven't finalized anything with it yet.
City on the that. And we can use systems because that would be a problem with the same kind of street in the culture.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, we have not been contacted from either church. But I do know that Kelly was reaching out. I don't want to say he was reaching out, wanted to reach out to those folks because we're aware of that parking situation as well.
One of the things that they had come up with that Lois had mentioned was that there'd probably be a one-way between Forest Land and Bacchus going towards Highway 11. It'd be a one-way going around that instead of a two-way coming out for congestion. And that was just one thing that I can remember what she had come up with as far as help some congestion there, but yeah, they're really looking at parts.
And most especially actually, that is part of that street. Back.
Not to our knowledge. There's never.
No, there's no conversation of vacating the street. All right. We'll go to reports of boards, committees, department heads. Deputy City Administrator, do you have anything for us this evening? All right, City Attorney? Department heads?
Are you moved into Bacchus yet?
Yeah, please come forward. Because I'm not going to reiterate the entire conversation you have with us. I was gonna try.
So we started kind of doing our thing with the tech infrastructure and, I'm actually really happy to report that initially we thought the server setup and everything of our own server was going to be a substantial cost, and
Is that microphone on? Just
we've
wanna
gotten
make sure.
we've gotten it all nearly for free. Todd reached out to the state and the BC, and they installed everything. So our costs are actually, we saved more than I had hoped. But it takes a little bit to get the tech set up. It's like it's nothing that's going to be done in a week. So Todd has done an excellent job up there nearly every day, just kind of picking away what he can get. Painting up there right now. We got our security glass in a month early. That was installed. Desks and stuff are going to be, beginning of May. So we've got a little bit. It's going to be kind of rushed right at the end, but Ted offered some of his help, so we're going to get the guys over to move all our stuff over. So a lot of stress, but we're going to get it done. It's just, we're working on different timelines. Everything takes long to get the furniture, but also the tech stuff is moving faster than we thought. So I'm optimistic. Oh, no, we're not. To answer your question, we're not in there fully yet. We're just kind of transitioning.
Do you think, are you gonna add any signage?
Yep. So, and what we're gonna basically do right now is copy what Northland Counseling did and for a lot of the different signage they have,
Yeah.
'cause it seemed to work, right? So we're gonna
Yep.
copy that. And truthfully, we're gonna rely heavily on our new website that Todd and I have been working on for the past last year. It's kind of, we brought our website up to date. So we're gonna get a lot of our forms available online. We're gonna get all that stuff online. And then it's a push on social media to get people realizing, hey, we can just do this online, fill the form online, we can mail it if we want, we can have them mail, the PD mail stuff to us, and yeah. Truthfully, even no matter what our location, I feel like that's kind of the way things are going now anyway. When you're dealing with an aging community, they can't maybe get up no matter where you're at, first floor, third floor, wherever, and making ourselves more accessible. I think this is also kind of forcing us to bring that stuff up to date. So yeah, it's a lot all at once, but there's gonna be a lot of changes gonna be getting that out there. It's gonna be difficult. And, it's like when I put up the letter, I do want to have, and I think we should have more opportunities, at least from the town hall meetings with the public to listen to them, because I think, we're working for all of you, but we're also working for the citizens, and I don't like them feeling they're being taken by surprise by one of the most important services they have, the police department. So I plan on meeting with, and I've heard some, I'm not sure when we're going to do, but I want to do it as soon as possible and just make it kind of a frequent thing that they have input into where this department's going as well, because truthfully, I think they should have the same. They should be able to come up and talk to me and say, this is a terrible idea, or this is a great idea, and you guys should do this. It's all about getting those conversations going, and it's difficult in this area because, a lot of departments rely heavily on their social media and online presence, and our they're good. That isn't with our community. They don't really rely on that as much. So we gotta figure out different ways to do things, so. Sorry, council on the.
No, no, it's good.
Yeah, we're working. It's a work in progress. So.
I think that also not only would make access easier for the older population to get to the farm set, but I think it will open up access to the generation that's used to doing everything online on,
That's a good
I
point.
use this example when I was still working and I'd say, well, we gotta look up a number. I would be looking in the book, but the recently hired guys would be online. You know, just to
Yeah.
show an example of how it's, I don't even know if someone knew what a phone book was when we delivered them.
And truthfully, we're kind of, it's funny you say that, we're leaning on our younger guys for the social media stuff because they're a little more versed in how to do it. So, yeah,
What kind of a reaction did you get with the letter that you put out?
to be honest, it was positive, but it didn't hit like I thought it would. And that was where I kind of got to thinking, I'm not sure that our online presence is maybe reaching everyone in the community. So I've got to figure out, now that's my job, how to reach people so they can come up and talk to us, even know what we're doing. I generally our posts have reached up to, the biggest one was, I think, 150,000 people at one time. And this one, was a couple hundred. So it shows that I don't think it's right to say, well, no one's concerned, and maybe people don't know. So I think that's my job now, to figure out how to get them talking. And if I weren't the police chief, I would have questions, right? So I got to think of it like that. How can I talk to the community and how can we better serve the community? And I've always thought we should probably have more meetings so people can meet the officers, talk to the, not just a council meeting, but just a police department meeting. To know the people who are serving,
And I think you've been privy to this along with the rest of the council. That's one of the things that we're identifying too. And that's why we decided that we would do a state of the city meeting. We put it on social media. I think that a follow-up to that is exactly like you're talking. We need to be in the community and, as you do your town hall, I think we need to do have sit downs with council members in our community. One of the things that I would love to do, and we're early enough to do it, as we start working through the budget, we should sit down and have budgets and brew. Other cities do this where they go into a local bar or tavern and they talk about the budget. I mean, obviously the goal is not to get liquored. Pete's in, he's in charge of the budget this year.
Why, I do have to go wherever that's being held happens to. That's what, well, I've been pushing for this. You don't even know with certain people that,
And the
Pints with Pete somewhere.
Pints with Pete.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was budgets and brew. It was pints with
Yeah.
Pete.
But that being said, on more serious, I know we still have an opportunity if we want to get time on the radio.
Yes.
To go in to help. Like I said earlier in the year, one of my main things is the not only what's going on, but share the good things.
Yes.
And people do listen to the radio, and I think it's not very expensive. I've talked to somebody over there, and I think we should look into do not just a counselor, not just people are like this. One day it's Mike, and if you know, I can certainly go with them or you or
Yep,
whatever.
absolutely.
Something like that, I think would be good, like once a month or something.
And I think that that's really what we're all discussing is trying to get the narrative of the city out. And I think that you did a really good job with getting that letter out there. And now we have to keep building upon it. We have to, we can't say, okay, we did that. Now we tried it. We have to move on. I think the city council needs to have that engagement with the community outside of this room. I think that our department heads we have to bring our narrative to the community and hear from them outside of this room, because usually
You're
the
looking at it.
people that show up in this room are usually angry with us. So
Yeah.
maybe we need to bring our message out to them.
And to that point too, it's up to all of you, but my thought was that I'm tracking all of our costs with this move, and I'm tracking the one-time costs we're just incurring from the office, as well as any equipment we buy that can be reused in any space, and two separate. And I'd like to share that with everyone too, to give an honest, transparent view of what this costs, whether it was more or less. public should know, and you should all know too, so. That's a goal of mine too, when we get fully implemented in the space to look at that and just. Let you all know and let the public know, because that's one of the questions that's coming up there.
100%.
People need to know. And it's because it's like the other day, I looked on Facebook, now this per se, but in general. Local politics and what's going on, I saw on Facebook that says precinct open here, what's this about? When we had the special election for the county commissioners and they only, I don't know if they had 150 people.
We had 104.
Only
108.
108, 104 voted for one of the two candidates.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I was number 37 at the church in the afternoon, so stuff like that, that we give over.
Absolutely. Any other questions for the chief?
I like the radio thing, I really do, because that's kind of a forum time when they have on every single day about something different about what's going on, and I think that's what's gonna be a really big focus.
Would, I can go talk to them and set something up if you guys would like.
I think once they get settled in, take chief with you.
Yeah, and I know, Laurel's very receptive to contributed articles in the. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, stuff like that.
All right. Thank you, chief.
Saving you on here.
What's that?
Don't set them on your paperwork.
Yeah, I might have some papers sticking together. I might have scripted them off.
All right, inside your packets, you have the police monthly report, and the fire rescue EMS monthly report. We'll go on to the reports of the mayor, council committees, boards and commissions. Since we've last met, I have not had any meetings, so,
I got a meeting question.
okay.
I get the Kita emails. Are we all get them? I'm not on.
I think we all got the key to emails.
I'm just checking. Making sure I'm not missing the committee meeting.
But you're more than welcome to come at 10 o'clock on Wednesday. They're very riveting.
Very riveting.
Yeah.
No fun if I ain't got a vote.
All right, we'll go to audience. Anybody in the audience have anything to bring forward? Hearing none, the library board of trustees meeting information is in your packet, along with International Falls Recreation Commission meeting from April 19th. Our next regular city council meeting is May 1, 2023 at 5:30 PM. Immediately following this, we have a EDA meeting and I will adjourn this meeting.